Hi everybody. I am just going to be on here for a short while doing a WIP Chat because there are a couple things that I thought I would talk about, and I hope that all of you are doing well today. I hope that everything is going the way you hoped it would go. For me, I get to diamond paint all afternoon, so it's definitely going my way. I got all my chores out of the way, so anyway, I thought now would be a good time to sit down and talk with everyone and do some diamond painting. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was I changed my channel name. I was Hobbies and Hauls Hangout, and I decided that I wanted something a little bit maybe easier to remember for some of you and also for myself. But I thought of something when I was making my flyer for my diamond art party coming up next weekend. I actually added it to my flyer and didn't even realize that that might make a good name for my channel. So some of you may have seen my post. I have renamed my channel to Dazzle with Dots, DOTS. And so I think I'm going to stick with that for a while. I know I've changed my name twice, from the original and then once again, so 2 times total. So Dazzle with Dots is my channel and everything else is the same. All my previous videos are going to still be there. The only thing that changed was my name. So speaking about my upcoming party, I am getting organized. I'm behind on watching videos because I've been so involved with getting set up and organized and ready for my party next week. And just thinking things out, strategizing a little bit, trying to hopefully make it run smoothly and flawlessly. Although I know that there's always room for improvement, and from having parties before of other kinds, like acrylic painting parties, I always learned something each time I had a party. So it's a learning process, but I have been jotting down notes and keeping up with the neighbors to see, get a feel for whether or not they would be interested. And so far I've gotten 12 people, I think, interested, and they said they are coming. So I still am going to post flyers tomorrow at the mailboxes. I counted the chairs in our clubhouse with tables, that there's couches, but actual seating at tables and counters, there's 22 places. So I would cut it off at that point if by some chance I had that much interest. And I've been thinking about how I would set it up and what supplies would go where. And I think that I've pretty much firmed up a couple things in my mind and on paper. And I'm going to pull out my little notebook that I've been jotting notes on. But my plan is to have my canvases in a portfolio, and I have 2 portfolios. One is big and one is small. So I'll have all sizes of canvases for them to choose from. And I want to make it fair. I did say it would be first come, first serve, and that's what plan I want to keep with. And in order to keep it to first come, first serve, I was thinking that I would give out like a raffle ticket with a number on it. I would probably make the tickets myself, and I would number them 1 through however many people are coming. And as they entered the clubhouse, I would give them a ticket, and then I would call their number up in order to when they arrive to look through the booklets, the portfolios, and choose the painting that they would like to do. I probably roughly have 50 paintings to choose from, probably more than that, but I'll have mostly 30 by 40s, and then I have the very small ones, which are what, the 20 centimeter by 20 centimeter, and then I think I have some 20 by 25s, and then I have some larger ones. I have some 40 by 70s. I have some Dreamer Designs, a couple Michaels that are large, and I have, I think, one or two Diamond Art Club from early on, and I never did them, and I've kind of changed in my in what I like to do, my themes. I'm more into the beach and the florals. So if I've got like people and what are some of the other ones I've got? I've got some landscapes, but they're just not, I just don't feel it anymore for them like I did when I purchased them. And so I just want to offer those also, but I'm going to have a separate table for those, and I'm going to put a price on those because they are premium canvases, and they're big. So I thought that I would price them maybe $10 or $15 if, you know, there's diamond painters that want to try something a little bit larger. I do have 2 or 3 people coming that are diamond painters. They've diamond painted before and they're bringing their own canvases, but most everybody is new to it and they really don't know what to expect. So that should be fun. And I have been, you know, seeing some of them out on walks when I walk my dog, and I have been talking to them about it and explaining to them what diamond painting is, kind of in a nutshell. So hopefully they'll come, and I really think that they'll enjoy it, especially the ones that enjoy crafting. So then the next thing that I've been thinking about is supplies. So of course they're going to get everything that they need, everything that comes in a basic kit. And then I made some notes that I would, besides the tray, the wax, and the pen, that I would put in a Ziploc baggie at each place setting. I would also include a mini scissors, a Sharpie, maybe a multi-placer, cover minder, and a roll of washi tape. And then in a community bin that I'll set either on a counter or at the end of the table, I would put like straighteners, rollers, you know, to roll it, to, you know, push in the diamonds. I would put tweezers and release papers, and probably a couple other supplies that I haven't mentioned. But they would pick out their canvas and they would have their supplies at their place setting, and then I would explain to them what the supplies were used for briefly. I won't go into extreme detail because I don't want to overload them, but I would show them an example of a canvas with the washi tape on the cover sheet divided into squares, so that I could explain easier what they could do with the cover sheet if they wanted to, and how to do it, as well as other options for them, like using release papers instead. And then merge into what the cover minders are for, which I didn't know what a cover minder was when I got my first kit with one in it. And I noticed it was a magnet, but I didn't know what to do with it. So I just placed it on the metal stand of my lamp, and it was there for a couple weeks before I realized how it actually is helpful when you're diamond painting, you know, what you use it for. So I will probably explain what kitting up and kitting down means and how to organize their drills. with the short time that we're going to have, which is about 2 hours, I'm not going to kit up completely, but I will have them do 1 or 2 colors in the beginning so that they know what to do. Probably take the first color that they want to start diamond painting with, pour the drills from the cellophane, not container, but the bag, pour it into the tray, use that color until they're done, and then any leftover drills pour it into one of the baggies that I'm going to supply them, that they can write on the outside what the diamond color is, or number or symbol. So then they can go on to the next color, use that. When they're done with it, pull out another baggie, pour it into it and label it, and so on. And then when it's time to wrap up, then they'll just put everything into a big gallon-size Ziploc. I'll roll up their canvas. I have some different ribbon, tie it up, and they can be on their way, and they can diamond paint at their leisure when they're at home. So that's kind of my thinking. I had some flyers made. I'll be posting them at the mailbox if I haven't mentioned that. And I definitely will give you an update after next Saturday on how the party went. It is 1 o'clock at our clubhouse on Memorial Day weekend. So if any of you are thinking of me and my party, say a prayer. I hope it goes well. I can't imagine it not. I mean, we're just there to have fun. But yeah, I could use a prayer or two. I don't want to be nervous. And I have done craft parties before, and there is some nerves in the very beginning, but people they don't really care about you as much as what they're doing. They get into what they're doing and having their own conversations at their tables. So it's not all about me. So anyway, I'm sort of an introvert, so it makes it a little difficult for me to, converse with people. I really am out of my comfort zone, but I can flex. I can do it. And when I see them having fun, it'll put me at ease. Hopefully they'll have fun, right? But anyway, so other than that, again, I'll give you a full report out and let you know, how it went and everything. And then if we're going to do any more in the future, or if I felt like, well, that was enough. But I really think that this might be something that could be ongoing, especially with summertime and all the kids out of school. It would be a great activity for the teens, especially the girls, and even for the adults to get together and diamond paint together. So I'm hopeful. I really am. I think that people will enjoy themselves. So what else is going on? How is everybody doing today? It is Sunday, and just taking it easy. I already did my animal chores, taking care of my animals. Went to church this morning and ate my lunch when I got home. So I'm just diamond painting to my heart's content, hoping to get a little bit further through this Chuck Pinson painting. This is Island Time. I've been working on it, I think, since the beginning of the month, and I'm about 3 squares away from being halfway done. And I figured it would take 2 months to finish, so I might finish a little bit ahead of that time. We'll see. Oh, another thing is I was debating on whether or not to diamond paint while I was there at the get-together. And I think with the short time that we're there, which is 2 hours, but a lot of it is going to be people getting situated, getting their paintings, and me explaining to them how things work. And that alone is going to probably take 30 to 45 minutes for everyone to arrive, get seated, get their stuff, kit up a little bit, know what to do before we actually have diamond painting time. And I want to be able to walk around the room and talk to people and answer questions. So I really don't think I'm going to be diamond painting. Now, if I have another one with the same people, then of course, you know, the knowledge is a lot more advanced and I could diamond paint with them. And that's pretty much what my thought process is on that. And to make things fair, because I did say that the canvases are going to be for them to choose what they want to do, first come, first serve, my thought is to give them a raffle ticket that I make up, and I would number it, and then I would call number 1 and then number 2 and then number 3 to go up and pick their canvas, just to make it fair. And then I would also do a drawing, and I would pick 2 different prizes. A prize that's non-diamond painting, like a big Hershey bar or something, some kind of snack or sweet, or maybe a little box of Russell Stover chocolates or something. And then the other thing I was thinking about was I have 10 of these, at least 10 of these Diamond Art Club pens. And I was thinking that the prize would be one of these pens. So that will make it a little bit fun because everybody likes a raffle prize. I might do a couple raffles. I don't know. I surely have enough stuff to give away that I'll never use. So we'll have to see. And let's see, I'm on K. I don't see any more Ks. Okay. Moving right along. I bought my one dog that I like that likes to walk. You know, Toby doesn't walk, but Dottie walks. I bought her something that the neighbor has for their little 11-year-old Chihuahua, because it gets really hot in the summer here and in many places. So they have like this, it's like a chamois type material that you get wet, and it's a vest that you put on the dog. And with it being, you know, damp or wet, and even to the touch, when they were walking, I felt it a couple times, and it was really cool to the touch. And it keeps the dog from overheating. And my little Dottie, she gets hot real easy. So I thought that would be something I could definitely get for her that she would probably appreciate, because she likes to walk in the afternoon and it's just so incredibly hot. And by the way, always test the sidewalk or the street or wherever your dog is walking with your bare foot, because their feet feel heat just like your feet do, and you don't want to make your dog walk on the hot cement. If it's going to burn your feet, it will definitely burn their little pads. So just, you know, something for people to think about. I'm always telling people in my neighborhood about that, and some of them have never thought about it, because the dog can't tell you that its feet are hurting and that they're burning. So, and they make little rubber shoes and stuff for dogs to wear, but I've never had luck with dogs wanting to walk with those on their feet. But I have seen people with dogs with those shoes on, and they're walking just fine. But when I tried to put them on my first dog I had, Lucky, he stood still and he had his brakes on. He wasn't going anywhere. I kept lightly tugging him, and he just wanted them off. So just be aware of that. I wish more people were aware of it, because it really hurts my heart when I see people pulling their dog along on the hot asphalt road or the hot sidewalk or the pavers, and not giving the dog any time to go into the grass to, you know, cool their feet down. But maybe word will get out to them eventually. Okay, where's my letter A? I'm also going to give my party attendees a list of about 10 YouTube channels to tune into if they want to watch other diamond painters while they work. So if you want me to include yours on my list, just put your channel name down below and I would be more than happy to give those channels to my party goers. And I'll tell them a little bit about how, you know, they can watch these channels during WIP Chats. I'll explain to them what those are. And also people do unboxings and people do completions so they can see, you know, a canvas completed, maybe one that they're interested in buying, and also previews to some of the premium canvases that are going to be released, which is always interesting to see the canvas ahead of time, and so forth. So just put your channel down below, and always, always never hesitate about putting your channel name down below, because I want to know if you have a channel. And I'm sure my viewers, which I don't have a lot of viewers, but that's okay. My viewers would probably like to see who's got a channel and check it out. And maybe when you do that, I'll feature you in an upcoming video for people to run over and, you know, check it out, tell them that I sent you. And, you know, people have done it for me and I really appreciate it. And so I am all about sharing. It's a good thing. And even if it's not all diamond painting, if you do other crafts or other types of videos that, you know, that someone might be interested in, it's not just for diamond painters. If you do hauls, Temu hauls or any kind of hauls, go ahead and don't be shy. Put it down there. I'm also going to put my email address from now on at the bottom of my videos, not on the video, but in the description, so that if anybody wants to email me, if they, you know, have any questions or comments or for any reason at all, I'm going to have a mailbox pretty much just designated for my YouTube viewers, and I'll check that daily. And I'll go ahead and give it to you now too, if you wanted to jot it down. It's basically my channel name. So it's dazzlewithdots@yahoo.com. So it's pretty easy. Just dazzlewithdots@yahoo.com. Okay, I thought there were more A's than there are. So put that one back. Seven. So I did a splurge now. I'm not buying diamond paintings right now, but I did do a splurge a couple weeks ago, and I'm expecting a goodie, a real goodie. It's really, I can't wait. I'm so excited about it, but it is an expense. But Firefly, if any of you have heard of that store, that company, it's a family-owned online retailer, small business. They have something new that I haven't seen anybody do, and I'm sure after a while other companies are going to start stocking it. But I'm going to find it so helpful in my nighttime diamond painting that I do, and I just had to have it. But it is a big splurge, and I hesitated for probably a week or more going back and forth if I should do it or not. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to buy it and then enjoy it and not worry about it. So it is a tray, a twinkle tray, and some of my viewers may have seen it or heard of it. I ordered it. They have two kinds, one that is rechargeable and one that you charge and you don't. Okay, so they have one that you need to be, it's a tray and it lights up. So let me start at the beginning since I'm getting ahead of my thoughts here. My mouth is not keeping up with my thoughts, or vice versa. Okay, so it's a lighted tray, and you can get it to where you charge it, and then it stays charged for, I think, 5 hours. You don't need it to be plugged in. You just charge it, and you can unplug it. And then they have the kind that, like your light board, some light boards you have to keep plugged in the whole time you're using it. And then the kind that are rechargeable that you can charge up and then you don't need to have it plugged in. You can take it wherever you want, not have to worry about plugging it in. So it's the same basic concept with Firefly's twinkle trays. So they have an assortment of colors, and I ordered the Pixie Mint Green. And on Facebook, on their Facebook page, I'm noticing people are starting to get theirs in because they didn't become available until May 1st. I think for a pre-order, and then they're making them and they're trying to keep up with the, with the demand. So they said allow like 6 weeks, but the colors are really pretty. They have like a sunrise orange color. They have blue, they have light pink, they have purple, and they have names for the colors too. Well, I ordered the mint green because I love green. And I opted not to have the cord because it's a C-type cord, and I have a ton of C-type cords. So it was going to be like $2 or $3 more if you needed the cord, but I didn't need the cord. So I got it a little bit cheaper. But the ones that don't need to be plugged in that are rechargeable are more expensive than the ones that it does come with a cord and they have to be plugged in the whole time. So those I think are $39.99, but I ordered the upgraded one that's rechargeable, and that one was $49.99, I think. Yeah, because with tax and everything, it was a little over $50. I know that's a lot, but I do a lot of diamond painting at night after my dogs settle down until they get restless and want me to come to bed. But that's my time to diamond paint, is at night. And it's very hard. Like I have the light board and I can see perfectly clear on my canvas. I have a light in the front and I have a light in the back, but I'm left-handed. And it seems like if I was right-handed, I'd have more light in my tray. But I guess I could move the lamp to this side, but this side is my aisleway. So I really wanted something to help me to be able to see the diamonds in my tray better. And this lighted tray, I've seen it lit up. People have demonstrated it in videos and in pictures. And I just couldn't resist because it's everything that I've always wanted, as far as a supply for diamond painting. I cannot wait to get it, and I will demonstrate it in a video upcoming when I get it. I imagine in the next week, 2 weeks, I'll have it because a lot of people are getting theirs right now. And I'm happy to support this small business. It's a family that does the trays, and then they have other supplies too. And again, they're called Firefly. So I will put the link, if I remember, down below in this video. And then when I demonstrate the tray, I'll be sure to put the information below also. And they have a Facebook page as well. So, and I'm not getting paid to advertise this, or I'm not a sponsor of anything. I just do my own thing. So It's not a promotion of any kind that I'm trying to do. Not to say that's bad, because I appreciate when people, demonstrate stuff, even if they get it for free. It helps us know what's out there, how it works, and, gives us information that's really good to know before you buy something. Gives you a little sneak peek, which you do when you buy stuff anywhere. You look at the reviews, and, those are so helpful. I really don't buy anything without reading reviews. And I don't buy from companies on Facebook, because I learned the hard way. A lot of them are scam companies. Everything looks up and up when they're showing it to you. The prices are exceptionally low, and you have to be skeptical of something that just seems too good to be true. Always be skeptical. But on top of that, if you're not buying from Amazon or Temu or a company that is known to be legit, always go and check either the Better Business Bureau or just Google them. Put the name of the company and see what comes up, or put the name of the company and scam with the question mark after it. And it will tell you a lot. It will tell you if it's a trusted store, if people have Better Business Bureau remarks, or, they're dissatisfied and they reported them. There was a company I was going to buy a shirt from. It was the most adorable top I've seen in a long time. And I thought, I'm going to get one for me and one for my daughter. Maybe I'll get a couple different colors. The price is so good. It wasn't like astounding good. It was just, it was under $20, and it was a really cool shirt. So I went to the store, to their webpage, and it was named kind of funny. It was like something RU dot, and it might have been .com, or it might have been something else. I don't remember, but I was like, I was burned before. I'm just going to take a quick peek on Google before I put my payment information in, which I usually pay by PayPal, and Googled the name of the store, and what I was reading was horrific. So many people were ripped off, and I just want to put that out there to be careful, because a lot of times they make their websites look so authentic and so good, they're hard to resist. Well, when you don't get your merchandise and you paid your money, that's never a good thing. I was going to show you a flyer that I made for my party, but it's got the name of the clubhouse on it, and it's got my phone number on it to RSVP. So I guess I won't show you that. But it's pink, and it has some cool font types, and it says at the top in fancy letters, treat yourself, and then below it in green it has to diamond painting, and then it has bring your own snack and beverage, the time, the date, and what else does it have on there? Then information that I don't want to just put on, the website, or put on the, what am I trying to say? On the video. But I think it's cute. I'll post those at the mailboxes here in my community. Oh, goodness. Well, that's not a heavy sigh. That's more of a sigh of like, I'm really getting through this section, and I'm happy about it. It's been a long session here because I haven't been diamond painting a lot the last 2 or 3 days, and I feel like I'm behind a little bit, but I'm catching up. I still haven't got a second WIP going. I don't know when I'm going to do that, but I am going to do it. I just want to focus so much on this one. I don't want to think about another one. I am a one-track mind. And I think I've always been like that. When I used to work and I'd get 5 or 6 things going on at the same time, it would drive me crazy. I had no choice. I had to always switch gears being in the secretarial field. You can't tell your boss, no, I can't work on that until I finish this. But, I would have things organized in piles, and something would come up. I'd be working on one deadline and something would come up and my boss would say, I really need this. I need it for 1 o'clock. Can you hurry up and help me with this or do this? Of course, I'm not going to say no. But inside it was like, oh my gosh. So I would mark my place whatever I was doing. If it was something that I had to look away from and find my place later, make notes and stop. And sometimes I had so many things going on at one time, running to meetings, dropping everything to go take notes, minutes, then coming back to, type out those minutes to get them distributed to all the leaders and supervisors and so forth. And then sometimes I didn't touch any of my piles until the next day because of everything going on. So now that I'm retired, I just like my one-track mind. And maybe that's why I don't start 2 canvases at once, because now I have the space that I could, probably set up another table. I keep going over this spot and there's plastic, and diamonds aren't going to stick on the plastic. But yeah, so now that I'm talking about it out loud, I bet that's why, because this is relaxing and I want to keep it relaxing and I don't want to stress myself out over any of it. And if I had 2 of them going or 3 of them, I would be worried that the other one was getting behind, or because I'm in such of a mindset after being like that for 40 years of being a secretary, and having so many things needing to go on at one time. So anyway, it all comes together and makes sense now. Which I know a lot of you don't stress when you have multiple WIPs, but I am so envious of people that can do that and still not be stressed or worry that because they're working on another one, the other one is getting, like, not behind, but the time that I spend on diamond paintings, I like to finish. I like to see the finished. It's such a self-accomplishment feeling for me, and because I do hang a lot of mine, I've got the spot picked out, and if I'm working on another one, I'd probably be looking over my shoulder going, these 2 squares I finished here, I could have done on there, kind of like, I don't know, I'm weird, I guess, but that's just how I feel. But I wish I didn't feel so much like that. But that's who I am. Oh, and another thing, and I knew about this, and I have seen people talk about it umpteen times, but it wasn't until I got really frustrated with picking up my ABs, which here's some really pretty ones, and them sticking and just making a mess because the putty was coming out, and then I went to wax, and then I went back to putty, and they were just fighting with me so much, these AB drills. And then I remembered, and I had opened a diamond art club, or maybe it was Dreamer Designs, and they have the plastic tip, because I use metal tips. So this plastic tip I thought, I think somebody, well, I knew somebody had talked about picking up their special drills, their crystals and their ABs and so forth with the plastic tip. And oh my goodness, what a great tip. Loaded my pen with some putty and picked up those ABs and released them with no problem at all. And I know that somebody had said that they have a sponge, a wet sponge, and they dip their metal tip pens in the sponge and pick up. They might have plastic tips, I don't know, but they said that that works too. But I didn't use water, I just used the putty or the wax that I had in my pen, and it was a breeze. I did all my single placing. See, that's the thing too, is I didn't get out my multi-placer until after I finished, and I realized I had a plastic multi-placer with this pen that was included that I could have used. But it was okay. I know now for the future. So, well, I hear the kids coming in. So I'm going to end this video at 40 minutes, 41 minutes, and I will be back tomorrow with another video, so stay tuned. You guys have a great rest of the day, great evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.